All right, good morning, everybody. I'm CBS 19 meteorologist Joel Robinson here with a morning weather update on this Monday morning. We're currently streaming live on our CBS 19 Plus streaming app as well as YouTube and Facebook. So thanks so much for joining me this morning. Man, we saw a lot of rain this morning, especially if you were within our western counties. We had some very heavy thunderstorms that had moved through the area this morning. It's now off to our south and has weakened quite a bit. It's currently just over the Houston area. But at this point, we're just kind of left with the remains of lighter rain, light to moderate rainfall across the area. Let's take a look at CBS 19 live radar this morning. Got a couple of showers here and there across the area, and they will start to continue to drop further south, and they will continue to weaken, and eventually we're going to be all dry as we head into this afternoon. But we got some light to moderate rainfall just south of Jacksonville, just near Palestine, and especially the case for Crockett. So we're continuing to track just this. No thunder or anything. It's just going to be rainfall, light to moderate rainfall across those areas. And as we wear on into the rest of the day, it's just going to be mainly just cloud cover, maybe some peaks of sunshine as we head into this afternoon, but otherwise it's going to be mainly just a dry and very nice and also below average kind of day as far as our temperatures go. Right now we're in the 70s, low 80s. You can really see where that rain fell though. 73 for Athens, you got 72 for Palestine, and 72 for Crockett. You got some rain ongoing in the Crockett area this morning, still ongoing I should say, and that will eventually change as we continue on into this afternoon. We'll have we'll be clear from any rain, I should say, but we'll have some clouds, and we'll have a mix of clouds and sunshine as we head into this afternoon. And otherwise, it's going to be pretty dry. Can't rule out maybe a couple of pop-up showers and thunderstorms as the sun starts to come out, but it's going to be a pretty dry picture as we go into this afternoon. This is what I mean here. So we'll be up in the upper 80s to low 90s this afternoon. I think with the rain, I think definitely upper 80s. At max is definitely not out of the question here, especially with that rain-cooled air moving through the area. But we'll be up to about the upper 80s to low 90s as we head into this afternoon. We'll have some clouds starting to break a little bit, so we'll have a little bit of opportunity to see some sunshine this afternoon and even into the evening, especially into this evening. I think we'll get in on a nice sunset for tonight. And then again, we're looking at high temperatures in the upper 80s for a lot of us, maybe some low 90s. Again, I think the rain is really going to influence how hot we're going to be today, especially in our western counties. You can see 85, potentially the high in Athens today. And they got in on some pretty heavy rain this morning. You got 88 for Canton, 87 for Emory. Kind of a mix, again, of 80s and 90s, upper 80s to be exact, and low 90s. And again, partly cloudy for this afternoon, still staying below average, but as we continue on through the next several days here, even into the next 7 days, we are expected to be climbing to around to even above average. This is kind of what it means here. So 0 to 5 degrees above average is kind of what this outline here is. Over East Texas, even some of us getting on maybe just slightly below average, maybe 5 or so degrees below average, but by and large here you can see that, you know, that light red highlight there. That basically means 0 to 5 degrees above average. So we're talking, as far as our averages go, it's about 95 to 96 this time of year. So we're talking potentially upper 90s, maybe triple digits. I think upper 90s, I think, is more likely for this week. So that's kind of what we're going to be expecting. But for the next couple of days, at least tomorrow, today is definitely going to be the coolest out of this week. So today, upper 80s, low 90s, and that really, the rain really had an influence on that today. But as we go into the next several days, the rain chances are really going to be at a minimum here. Can't rule out maybe a couple of isolated passing showers, but it's not going to be enough to really influence our temperatures that much. So that's kind of what we're expecting. So by tomorrow, we'll be climbing into the low to mid 90s for sure, and then we'll be continuing to climb from there. I think we'll probably max out around the 97 and 98 degree range here as we head into the rest of this week. But like we were talking about, the rain is moving off to the south. You see kind of where there's sunshine just north of I-20 there by 3:30 p.m. So a lot of our southern counties still dealing with some clouds by that time. This is the same cloud deck that's over us right now. It's going to continue to move to the south as those thunderstorms continue to drop to the south. And then we'll have an opportunity to see some more sun as we head into basically the late evening hours and especially into the overnight, and then especially so for tomorrow. Now, with all the sun and the humidity and even the moisture that we saw from these storms today can have an influence on what we could see tomorrow. So a lot of us getting in on some sunshine, but can't rule out maybe a couple of isolated pop-ups. You see, not much. It's not going to be really impacting too many of us, but certainly not out of the question. That equates to about a 20 to 30% chance of rain for tomorrow afternoon in particular. Most of us are going to be staying dry. Most of us are going to be staying sunny. I think that'll be kind of a copy and paste situation through the end of the week. So that's kind of what we're watching for. We're going to continue to gather data from our future Skycast models here over the next several days. So definitely we'll keep you updated. But for tonight, we'll bottom out somewhere in the upper 60s to low 70s for sure. Definitely a cooler night ahead of us. Again, we're still below average. That's going to change over the next few days. Like I was saying, 75 degrees is the average. We're at about 73, 70, even 69. So it's definitely a cooler night ahead of us. We'll have mostly clear skies overhead. Now, here's what your 7 days look like. So again, today, 91, maybe 90, potentially in the upper 80s for some of us because of the rain. Can't rule out a couple of isolated pop-up storms for this afternoon, and then it's pretty copy and paste from there. Now, this morning, there was a lot of dry weather in the forecast, and that's still pretty much the case, but you notice I added a 30% chance of rain for each and every day until we get to about the weekend. Then the rain chances really start to calm down. We're going to have to really keep an eye on Friday. Some of the data sets indicate that we could see some more widespread rain. There is a warm front on the way, and when you get any sort of frontal boundary, there is going to be that enhanced chance for rain. So we got to really watch for Friday. There is a warm front that is expected to move in as we head into Friday. But in the meantime, when it comes to this 30% chance of rain, we're really just talking about what we're going to be seeing, especially this afternoon. You can see that 30% there. These are going to be your run-of-the-mill pop-up showers and thunderstorms that are going to be quickly in and out. So it's not going to be that impactful, and I think that's going to be the case, especially as we head into the next few days. You can see we're also climbing in those temperatures. We'll have a lot of sunshine. We'll be climbing in those temperatures, and we'll also be mostly sunny. So we'll see a lot of sunshine, even though there will be a couple of us seeing some showers. We're going to be mostly sunny all the way through, and so that's really going to help things to heat up, and that's one of the main fuels for storms. So that's kind of what we're going to be seeing. So again, copy and paste all the way through Thursday and even into Friday. I think Friday is going to be the day to really watch for. As far as confidence goes, it's kind of up in the air right now, but we do understand that there is a warm front on the way. Whenever you get some sort of frontal boundary that's coming in, you know that there is the possibility for rain. And we'll certainly have the ingredients. We'll definitely have the moisture. We'll definitely have the heat. We're up to about 97, potentially 98 in some spots by Friday. And then I think we'll be dry for sure as we head into the next weekend. So that's kind of what we're tracking. Very, very low end rain chances. I would not cancel any plans. If you have any afternoon plans, don't worry about canceling them. It's certainly not going to be a washout like what we saw this morning. It's not going to be that big of a deal. It's just going to be passing showers and mostly sunny skies. So that's kind of what we're tracking this morning. Again, by the time we get to this afternoon, we're looking at maybe a couple of pop-ups, but as far as our main line of thunderstorms, it is out of the area. And we saw at least 1 to 2 inches of rain in some locations, especially some of our western areas. Athens, Palestine, you got in on some very, very heavy rain. Non-severe. I would not be surprised if some of those storms that came through had some gusty winds to them. But at this point, they're out of the area, they're all the way to the south, and now we're just dealing with some rain. So that's what we're going to be dealing with as far as the rest of the day goes, and it's even going to dwindle in coverage. It's like it's not going to be this widespread. It's only going to be a couple of us seeing some rain showers as we go into this afternoon. We'll have a lot more sunshine basically around the dinner time hours. We'll still have to deal with the cloud cover at least until then. But as far as our rain chances go, it's really, really going to be minimal as we head into the rest of the afternoon. All right, so we're going to keep an eye on the latest data sets, and we'll have some updated information for you on the noon show. But for now, thanks so much for joining me. If you have any questions, I will be sure to answer them after this live stream is over. Again, thanks so much for joining me this morning, and we'll have some updated information for you on the noon show. Thanks for watching.